Welcome back to the channel. My name is Julius, and today I'm going to take you through uh, something very, very sensitive when it comes to creating YouTube channels. And you're going to learn how to finally escape the small channel hell. So, this is a 2026 guide, and I'm going to really simplify this into three stages. So, why does YouTube really look complicated? Everyone may sound like it's really rocket science, but I'm going to tell you it's not rocket science. It's actually something that you can fully understand and grasp and be able to do. And I'm going to show you this in these three stages. So, one of the first stages that I'm going to take you through is that this is the first stage or stage one. The thing is that you really, really need to tell YouTube who you are. If you are in between 0 to 100 subs, now this is the problem. When it comes to YouTube, YouTube is a data reproducing machine. So it doesn't really understand who you are. YouTube doesn't understand and has no clue of who you really are. It's like walking into a library and then you're not sure of the book that you're going to get from there. You don't know the cover, you don't know the title, you don't know all the things, you don't know the description of what it is like. So it is very difficult for any librarian or any person to help you if you don't know. Even when you go to something like Google and you go to search, let's say you're making a search and you're not sure about what you're searching for, you're not sure where it might be. So it becomes very difficult, maybe, for you to get to find out that. So that is how YouTube operates. That is the scenario. The thing is that YouTube, first of all, needs to understand who you are. When it understands who you are and it has enough data about you, then from that point, it is very easy to reproduce what you want in terms of being able to push your videos to the right kind of audience. And this is the solution that you can really use to help in this scenario. So what you're going to do is that you're going to write a channel description. The channel descriptions, they are not really, really for fun. You need to write a channel description, something that is going to describe your channel, of what you are about and what you do, the content that you put out. That is going to distinguish you from other channels, and YouTube is going to fully understand what you do. You can just write a simple example like, say, I help small YouTubers grow faster, weekly tips on thumbnails, titles, or the algorithm, subscribe for strategies that actually work. So if you define yourself, let's say you're helping people, YouTubers, to grow, and you define yourself, it is going to be very, very easy for YouTube to understand that and really be able to categorize you in a way and also push out your videos more promptly. The other thing that you're going to do is that you're going to have channel tags. You're going to fill this slot with keywords that are about your niche. You need to be specific when you're doing this. So when you're going, let's say you are helping people to grow on YouTube. So some of the examples that you can maybe use could be something like YouTube growth, small channel tips, algorithm hacks, thumbnail design, YouTube, let's say 2025, 2026 content strategy. So it depends on what you're trying to do. And then you're also going to have video descriptions. And these descriptions include the description that you're going to add to your video. It includes the keywords that may be in your video. You're going to add the three hashtags, and that's it. You don't really have to add a huge number of hashtags. You need to clamp down the number of hashtags to at least three, and that is very, very good. So what you need really to ask yourself, these are the very, very two questions that matter. If you can't really answer these questions, then there could be a problem with your channel. One question is, who exactly is your channel for? That is very important. You need to carve out an audience that you serve in terms of the people who get to watch your channel. Who is it for? And what do they get? So let's say you want to generalize and you're going into the gaming niche and you're saying this channel is about, let's say, people who enjoy gaming. That is too broad. But the good niche would be that, let's say, beginners who are learning to play a certain game, and they are not really good at it, and you want to teach them how to learn to do it. The other good question would be The other question would be rather, why do they get to watch you instead of watching someone else? Because there could be very many people in that very space. So why is it that people would come to your videos? They would enjoy to come and watch you instead of watching other people. So you need to also ask yourself that question. It is very, very crucial. Why would they watch you instead of watching someone else? And you can't say that I'm really doing good content. What would be is that maybe if you're a gaming channel, you are showing them game play mistakes and how they can be able to fix them in a smaller amount of time, maybe in 5 minutes. So that puts you ahead because you fully understand the value that you're giving out. When you carve out the value that you give out to to a certain audience, and then they are the videos that you're putting out are really valuable, then they are going to be able to come back uh, each and every time. So what are you going to do? You're going to study your competition, find 10 channels in your niche, study their top videos and see what they are really doing. It's like a process of preparing for any exam. When you're studying for an exam, you're not sure of what they're really going to set out in those exams. So you go out to study and find out what could be the probable information or the questions that they may set out, and what are the rightful answers to those questions. So what you're going to do, you're going to treat this exercise as an exam for the people who have ever done exams. Go out there, study, and then understand what can work. So the thing is, your videos won't maybe get views at this stage, and that's very normal. The algorithm isn't really pushing videos because you're not algorithm, the YouTube algorithm fully doesn't have enough information about you, so it's becoming very hard for it to push videos at this stage. So at this stage, what you're doing, it is that, like, you're trying to understand your audience and you're clearly trying to define it and accept the growth, and that is very okay. You should really never give up because your videos may not be really there at this stage, but you can be able to work on it and maybe improve. Now let's go to the second stage. The second stage, or stage two, it's that you need to find what actually works. So the shift from you having a few subscribers to shifting to having a huge number of subscribers is that you're going to have a shift from what is not really working to something that really works. Now that YouTube finally has a metadata about what you're pushing out, you need to ensure that the content that I push out is very, very uh, credible and good. Now, what you're going to find here is that you're going to find outliers. What are YouTube outliers? These outliers, these are videos that are doing better than the average of other videos. So when you go to any channel and you're studying your competition, you look at the videos that are working out. And these are the videos that are really getting more views than others. When you look at that and they are in your niche, then that is very good. You need to understand that this could be the kind of content that I need to zero down to. Even when you're studying your own channel, you need to understand that there's going to be outliers. If there are outliers, then these outliers or these types of videos, these are the ones that could work. You can study your videos, but most importantly, you can also study your competitors' videos. And these are going to give you a full overview of what might work. And when you study that, the analysis question would be what was the topic, what was the title structure, what was the video clearly all about, what is it for, how can I do it differently, how can I be able to emulate what is already working. Because guys, you don't really have to reinvent the wheel. When you look at something that is working, maybe you've been struggling with your channel and now you have an upper hand of something that is really working. You want to emulate it and you want to consolidate it. So that is what you can take on. So the key insight is the answers are going to reveal the kind of content lane, the type of audience uh, that you would want to serve, and what that audience really wants from you. Because when you see the videos that are really working out, videos that are getting views, then you get to understand that this is what the audience really wants from me. And what I'm going to explain now, it's something that is called idea farming. Now, don't go on to study people who have really made it, people who are prominent, people like Mr. Beast. I want you to go on and study smaller channels like yours, smaller channels who have put out recent videos. Find videos from channels that are having in between 500 to 1,000 subscribers. That channels that are getting videos that are 10 times more than the normal views in the last 6 months. When you study these channels, it is going to be an overview of what is really working. If you find outlier videos that are working, you can be able to study these videos, but most importantly, you get what they are trying to put out in terms of value. You can be able to go back, study what they have put out, and even reproduce this information in a much more better way in your own kind of style, because you know your audience. And when you reproduce that, you are going to go into the process that is called the remodeling process, not copying. So I'm not talking about copying other YouTubers and what they are doing. So you're going to remodel this content. The value of what you're putting out remain the same, but how you explain it and how you put it out, that is the most important thing. So you're going to remodel this. So let's say their video has a title, Five Mistakes Killing Your YouTube Channel. Your versions could be, I fixed these five mistakes and doubled my views. So that is going to really give a fresh overview of this very video that you are going to put out, because you have remodeled the content. The formula is to take a proven concept and add your angle, use your own examples, make it better. So it becomes better. It becomes very, very good, because when you do that, that is something that is very, very evident. The other thing that I'm going to really talk about is that this is the big mistake. Now, most creators get stuck here because they keep switching points. They find what works, then immediately trying to find something different. No, you need to find this content in your lane. You need to find people who are in your niche. So even when you are studying competitors, you need to study them in your niche, so that when you find content that is really going to work, you're going to really try to remodel it in the most and best way possible. So don't keep on changing directions. Today you are in this niche and then you are trying to remodel another niche. Try to stay in your lane. So the content lane should be the same. The niche that you're studying should be the same, but how you get to study these small content creators who are doing it, that can really work out for you. Now let's go to this one. Stage three is very, very good. You're going to build reputable systems, and this is very, very good. What you're going to do here is that now you you have a very big achievement. Maybe you've hit already 1,000 subscribers, and your videos are really working out well. You're building an audience. You're going to turn your videos into a series. Now, what is a series? The mental shift here is that the old thinking was in the stage two is that what should I post next? Now the new thinking is that what's the next version of this video? Because now that you've understand that these videos are really working, you want to drive them into series. Then when you do a video, you want to really keep on educating people about that very topic. You put them into series. What is really working? What could be my series strategy? So here you explain your best videos shouldn't be turn-offs. I mean, when you do a video and it works out, you shouldn't just do it once. But what you're going to do is that you're going to put it into a series. Let's say you're doing a video about YouTube algorithm algorithm changes in let's say 2026. Now when you go into a series, you're going to say maybe algorithm update, and then in March of 2026 or 2025 you get to do another video. Then you go on to say maybe the algorithm secrets that nobody talks about. That could be another video that you talk about. Maybe another video could talk about how you tested the new algorithm and the results. Then the algorithm mistakes killing small channels. Same format, different specific content. So you're going to put your videos into a series, because if people have enjoyed that, that means there could be a pain point around that very topic. So you put it in a series and you keep on producing those kinds of videos, as you also keep on searching out what other outlier videos are on the other smaller channels that could fall into your series, and you're going to upgrade this strategically. So this strategic upgrade is going to really get you to a place where you're going to make a priority order. Say this: As you grow, reinvest your earnings, but do it smarter. Here's the order. And what you're going to do at this stage, that as you're growing, you're going to really re-strategize, and you're going to work on this. The one thing that you're going to work on is that you're going to revamp your audio. You want to ensure that the content that you put out, your audio is really good in a way that it is going to really upgrade you from one place to another. You're also going to ensure that you buy audio equipment that is going to ensure that you put out a very, very good audio for your videos. The other thing that you're going to do is that you're going to improve your lighting. When you're just starting out, of course, you're trying to prove concepts on what really works and what doesn't work. But when you really master the game, you want to put out content that really works. You want to improve on your lighting so that you're ably visible, and the content that you're putting out is really, really visible. The other things that you're going to do is that you're going to get better editing software, and that could be good. Even the way you edit your videos and how you explain them, you're also going to upgrade your camera. That is very, very good. Now, this is something that I want to also talk about. It is the brand deal warning. You need to protect yourself, and I'm going to give you the rules of how you need to do it. Once you hit 1,000 subscribers, brands are going to try and reach out. So when they reach out, so when the brands reach out, I mean, you need to be very, very careful. So these are the red flags. If you get contracts that last longer than 3 months, that is very, very long, because your value will grow. Payments that are under $100 per 1,000 subscribers, products that you don't actually use. If you get to your channel and you're trying to promote products that you don't actually use, that might be a turn off for your audience, a young audience that you are building, a YouTube audience that you've already built that truly understands you. So you need to pick on brand deals in a way that is very, very careful. And this is my formula. I mean, what you need to ensure is that you need to calculate your subs, and you say, let's say my subs it is your subs divide by 1,000 times 100. And let's say if you have 5,000 subs, if you're going to promote something, your minimum per video would be something like $500. So it depends on what you really want, but you have to really negotiate and see that you never take on long contracts that are going to tie you to a product that may not even align with the audience that you've built, an audience that you really keep on growing as you grow. That is very important. So I'm going to summarize what you've seen in this very stage is that you're going to turn your videos, now that you're finally there in this third stage, you're going to turn your videos into series. You're going to reinvest in the equipment, the audio, the video equipment. You're going to invest in the software that you use to capture your videos. You're also going to be very, very careful when you're building brand deals. You need to build a system that enables you to get brand deals that favor you in a much more better way. Now, this is the summary of what we've talked about. The first stage is that you are in between 0 to 100 subs. Now, you need to tell YouTube where you are. You need to fix your metadata descriptions, tags, video descriptions, and you need to understand who you are doing the videos for. When you understand that, you need to study your competitors and accept the through growth process. The process is not really that fast, but you need to accept it. Now, when you get to in between 100 to 1,000 subscribers, you need to find what works. Outlier videos that are working, that are in your niche, you analyze it, and then you need to remodel it. You need to go into the remodeling process of that content, but you need to stay in your content lane, in your very niche. You need to study what is really working out, and you remodel it into content that can really also work for you. When you go to stage 3 and you finally doing well, then you need to build systems. You need to ensure that you turn these videos into series, and after that, when your content is really doing well, you need to invest in your equipment that you use, the audio equipment, the video equipment, and you need to create repeatable formats, and also you need to create a solid format of how you're going to take on brand deals. So that is typically what we've talked about in this video. If you love the content that we put out, I'm going to call upon you to please subscribe to the channel, because we would love to have you as a member of this channel as we keep on putting out valuable content out there, content that is very, very well designed to keep you glued on this channel. Thank you, and see you in the next video.